Bring the action.
Welcome to Season 6, Round 4, Red Lobby. We are looking at the sprint race starting grid for Sardegna C. And Sardegna C is probably one of the shortest tracks that we've used in the Nighthawk Racing F1 RST Championship. So it's going to be chaotic is one word for it, but also it should give us some fast flowing action. So I'm excited for tonight's races. But let's get into talking about the drivers. And in pole position we have T50 Gary starting on the softs. He's number 17 in the Porsche 911 GT3R. We then have Lyle in P2, also in the Porsche, the new Porsche, starting on softs as well. So those two are going to be quite evenly matched. In P3 we've then got Yvonne, number 147, starting on the softs. Then in P4 we've got Joe Nesbitt starting on the softs as well. He's in the Ferrari 296, number 8. And in P5 we've got the other half of T50 in T50 Phil, also in the new Porsche to the game, starting on the softs, number 44. P6 we have Charlie starting on the mediums, one of the first on the mediums here in the Ferrari 296, number 46. Wonder where he stole that number from. P7 we then have Midnight ISO in the McLaren 650S. Also 666, I wonder why, I know why, but he's starting on the soft tyres. In P8 we have Citali in the Lexus RCF on the mediums, number 75. P9 we then have Nigel Mansell in the Porsche 911 GT3R, starting on the mediums, number 55. Closely followed by Sophie in P10, starting on the softs. She's in the McLaren and number 714. We then have Mercedes in a Mercedes. I can't get over saying that, but he's starting on the mediums and he's number 50. We then have Pedro P12 starting on the mediums in the RX Vision, number 77. P13 we have Wise at Fodderboy starting on the softs. He's number 23 and he's in the Supra. And rounding off the sprint race for tonight we have Dark Lord in P14 starting on the mediums in that very nice looking Twixmobile Subaru WRX. He's number 6. That rounds off the grid for the Red Lobby sprint race. It's gonna, like I say, be hopefully some action. Hopefully some of the drivers will enjoy kind of the short flowy track, but I know for some of the cars it's going to be quite a handful, but let's get into it. Right, so Red Lobby sprint race round 4 here at Sardegna C, and we've got Gary and Lyle on P1 and P2 heading to the start-finish straight. I'm joined by Ziggy and Bertie in the commentary box this week. We've just seen Gary go over the line now. We've got green lights and everyone's going. Looks like Dark Lord just started off of the corner, so not the best of starts for Dark Lord there. But as all the cars are heading down to turn 1, we're about to see all the cars bunched up. Phil going for an early move on Joe. 1, 2 and 3 all in a straight line at the moment. I think Joe's just managed to hold off Phil for the moment, but Ziggy, have you spotted anything so far?
No, all cool. And it's always a pleasure to be here with you, Sarah. Thank you for the invitation again. Nice to have you also on board on this one, Bertie. Everything seems to be quite calm and easy. Like you've mentioned, Lavcore really started on a bad position in the mid corner, so he struggled a little bit to kick his race off. Let's see how it goes. The only thing I have to note regarding this race is we have a very split pack between the tire choose they had for this sprint race. We have around 8 drivers on soft tires and 6 on mediums. Let's see how it plays by the mid race, because this will be a fast race. I mean, the laps are short, so that's why it will be a fast race.
Yeah, some drivers potentially risking it for a biscuit with going on the soft tyres for 16 laps. Let's see if they can hold on. And looks like Joe has lost a few positions there to Yvonne and Charlie, and Phil, managing to make up a couple of positions. So we've got a Porsche 1, 2, 3 at the moment. So the Porsche is, or the Porsches, depending on how you pronounce it, like this track, it seems, at the minute. We have Midnight, got all 3 wide coming out of the final corner with Charlie, Midnight and Yvonne. Looks like Charlie's got the better of that, and Midnight just creeping past Yvonne at the moment. But that Ford GT, it is pretty fast, so I don't think it will hold off the McLaren for too long.
Yeah, and with the slipstream, it will help Sophie to keep position.
Yeah, definitely. I think around here you've got to kind of get yourself in a little bit of a slipstream train to keep that position for as long as possible. And we've got Grandad Turismo, but that is Nigel. A little bit of a name change for this week, but he seems to be doing well at P9 at the moment, following Mercedes. We've got Fodder P10, Pedro P11, and Dark Lord P12 at the moment, struggling to get through the pack at the moment.
And Gary, in the meanwhile, he's already building a gap for P2 and P3. He's on the move. He's on the charge.
Yeah, it's good to see him, handling that Porsche pretty well. He seems to be a resident Red Lobby driver at the moment. I know he's kind of swapping between the 2 lobbies at the moment, but seems to be doing well in that Porsche. Same with his other T50 Power Phil. He's right on the back of Lyle at the moment, the other Porsche. And Midnight and Charlie still having a little bit of a battle at the moment. How about you, Bert? Have you seen any battles so far?
Not at the moment. I'm glad to be on board with you 2 as well tonight. I haven't seen much going on at the moment. There's just all line astern at the moment.
Well, it looks like Dark Lord, I think, clipped the wall just a tiny bit. He lost a little bit of momentum to Pedro. He was quite close to Pedro, and then out of nowhere there was a little bit of a gap that emerged. But Pedro's trying to look for a move or trying to force Nigel into a bit of a mistake here. But like I say,
because Dark Lord is carrying some damage as well. So
unlucky for that Subaru.
Yeah, he did clip the wall at some point.
I mean, it's easily done around here, especially in that final sector. It's brave how close some of these drivers do get to the wall, but sometimes it does bite, and I think it did bite Dark Lord that previous lap. But it's a sprint race, that damage will go away. The ferry will come and repair it for him, and hopefully carry on and gain a few positions here. As it looks like Dark Lord and Pedro took a little bit of grass coming over that corner there. But having a little bit of a look up, Joe's gone for a move on.
Lyle's spun at the last corner.
Yeah, good spot there. But it looks like he ghosted, and Joe thought potentially could drive through him, and the 2 coming together a little bit there. But Lyle losing a few positions, that drops him off the podium at the moment. But that does obviously give a chance to Joe here to potentially go into 5th place. Looks like he's going for a move here on the inside, trying to get it done before the start of the corner, which he looks like he has just about done. But he's gone narrow into the corner. What have you spotted, Ziggy?
Sophie almost lost it on T1 while chasing Lyle there, because Lyle is also carrying some light damage on the rear end. And Sophie was probably thinking on trying to have a chance there. And now spotted that Dark Lord as a 3-second penalty. So this race is not going properly the way he would like to. Some bad luck, some mistakes probably. But yeah, still P9.
Yeah,
Sorry,
although
P8. Yeah.
I do think he's going to lose 2 of those
Yeah.
positions at the moment to the 2 Porsches and Yvonne and Pedro as well. So that has... Oh, and a couple more as well. Unfortunate for Dark Lord, that has dropped him right to the back of the grid with that 3-second penalty. But we know Dark Lord, he can probably get a few positions back if he likes to pull off some risky moves here and there. So I'm sure we've not seen the all he's got at the moment, but it looks like Sitley's trying to eye up a move on Sophie at the moment. Staying behind at the moment, looks like it might have been a little bit of a tap. Or we've got a 3-way battle going into the final sector between Nigel, Pedro, Yvonne. Lyle backing out of it a little bit here.
Yeah, risky there.
Yeah, me and Bertie know it's risky around here.
The 2 wide there, it's never a good idea. Now imagine a 3 wide car going there. It's
yeah, definitely for the brave that.
Oh, and Dark Lord picked another track penalty. Oh man, this is really, really not going well for him.
Just as he went for that overtake on Sitley as well.
We are halfway of the race now, lap 8 from 16. Gary is calmly just cruising on track. Phil following him by a couple of seconds and also building a gap to P3, which is currently midnight, with Charlie right on his rear wing. Mercedes a little bit more on the back, with Fodder right on his tail as well. Nisbet at 7th place. An interesting fight that you are watching there with Nigel and Pedro, and Yvonne just behind to collect pieces if any issues come up on this battle.
Pedro going very wide.
Very wide. And Yvonne just about.
Yeah, like you say, Yvonne in the best place there to pick up maybe a position, but she does go wide herself onto the grass. I'm glad she held it though.
That's a Ziggy move. Don't do that, Yvonne.
A bit of high-speed gardening. Oh, we've got Dark Lord. He's in the pits. The mechanics aren't doing anything at the moment. Is that a possible retirement?
I would say it's probably that, because he got frustrated, and I think it's if he feels that he's going to wreck his own race and probably some others' race, well, it's better to cool down. You still have the feature race to correct things and to pull up a good result. So probably due to the frustration of this specific race, it's not going the way he would love to. Well, it's his choice.
Yeah, like you say, maybe taking a few laps, have a little bit of a breather. He knows how the car handles around this track now, so he can kind of, recenter himself for the feature race, hopefully, and try and get a better position. But I think we all get to that point where we just need to, pull into the pits, have a little bit of a think, maybe adjust a few things. But I think obviously he'll definitely have a better feature race. Oh, Pedro nearly facing sideways into the pits there, coming off of the final corner. I think the final corner is going to catch quite a few people out today. It's kind of got a weird... It's a little bit uphill, and obviously it's quite a blind corner. Not sure how to take it, if you take it narrow, if you take it wide. Kind of spits you out here, there and everywhere. So I'm sure we've not seen the end to that final corner mishaps at the moment.
You need to be really careful with those curves on that S section there before the last corner, because it can really unset your car if you hit them too hard, and it can just throw you to the other side of the track without any condescendence. It can be really, really aggressive. There's a fight there for Midnight. Yeah,
Midnight trying to defend from Charlie at the moment. Charlie seems to be on form at the moment around this track, having some good laps under his belt. And to stay obviously this close to Midnight, especially through a very short track like this, it is quite hard to do. But we've got Fodder trying to eye up a move on Mercedes as well. Mercedes still holding Fodder behind. I'm sure Fodder will be trying to find his way through, trying to get that 5th place as he's trying to secure as much points as he can to that deficit that he's got to the Dark Lord at the moment. And obviously, Dark Lord in the pits at the moment. This could be a good scoring opportunity for Fodder if he can get a few positions up.
And we know how it can be hard to overtake on this track. You only have like 1, maybe 2 overtaking points, which is the final of the main straight, and probably on the corner after this one. But it's still it's still hard. It's still tricky. So, and with such a short race, is it worth it to take the risk to collect damage or to get off track? So I think Fodder is managing well his race. He already know that Dark Lord is, well, it's not racing. So I think he's just playing the game towards him in terms of getting the best result as possible for the sprint.
Yeah, no, exactly. And if he can, he'll try and maybe try and pressure Mercedes into a bit of a mistake, or just see how the car handles under slipstream and dirty air, because we know when you're tucked up this close behind the driver in front, the car does do some unpredictable things. He goes to the inside trying to force Mercedes to a little bit of a wider line, doesn't quite get it done there, but obviously he's putting the pressure on.
A move from Charlie on Midnight, and we can see now the tires are playing the game now, because Midnight is on softs and they are quite worn now. And Charlie on mediums. I think Charlie got into the that time where the mediums starts to be more efficient than the softs, paying out on this specific fight between both Charlie and Midnight.
Yeah, risky choice obviously with the tyres, like you say, it's kind of 50-50 throughout the grid, but obviously starting that high up on the mediums has done Charlie a bit of good here, as you say, obviously Midnight struggling a little bit into these closing stages, closing laps. But have you spotted anything throughout the race so far?
I was just keeping on the battle of Charlie and Midnight, and it was just basically looking at the tyres, how much Midnight's got hardly anything left on that front right.
Yeah, I can imagine that McLaren is going to be a bit of a handful in these last lap or so.
Charlie's got a lot more tyre wear, well, less tyre wear, sorry to say, but he should be able to pull away, I think.
Yeah, and I've just spotted as well, the 2 Porsches at the front have got a little bit closer since we last had a look at them.
Yeah.
Will it be T50?
Sorry.
Nice, that's all right. It's a good spot. I was just going to say, is it going to be T50 team orders? Are they going to hold their positions, or are they going to fight?
Yeah, Phil is really closing the gap. It's really getting closer to Garrett at this point. One lap. This is under a minute lap that these guys do here, and it will be interesting to see how they both get to the final corner.
Yeah, it's gone so quickly, I didn't even realise we're on the final lap already.
Yeah.
But as we join T50 Gary going over the final corner, Phil's got incredibly close to him, but I don't think he's not gonna have enough time to battle his T50 friend at the moment. But Gary's going to cross the line in P1. I'm sure he'll be very happy. T50 Phil in P2, and Charlie with a very good P3, Midnight in P4. They're all close together. P5 in Mercedes, Fodder P6, Joe P7, and Ziggy, if you want to take it away from P8 for me.
P8, it's Nigel just crossing the line, followed by Pedro. Then we have Sitterly, P10, a good race from him as well. Yvonne, P11, Sophie, P12, Lyle, P13, and Dark Lord still trying to fix the car on the garage. P14.
Yeah, those poor mechanics, they've been standing there for a while.
I think they haven't been paid yet, so that's why they are holding the work.
Bless them.
There he goes. Well, it was an interesting race, I have to say. On such a short lap and with high speed almost all over the 2/3 of the track. I mean, of the lap. All the drivers need to take some risks, and we all know that on the sprint races, usually everyone is just carrying the knife on the teeth. Just they are really, really competitive, and they can be really aggressive, which is something that we didn't see much. At least I didn't spot anything too hairy on race on this one. And now let's see how they behave and how things go on the feature race.
Yeah, I could not agree more. It looked like a few people struggled a little bit more than others. Looked like Sophie couldn't really find her groove in that one, and Yvonne struggling with that 4GT a little bit. It looks like Pedro couldn't really pave his way through either. But Bertie, what did you think of your first sprint race watching with us in the comms box?
I didn't say much, but yeah, it's an interesting eye-opener to look it up. Checking on other lobbies as well, as I say, there's blue and red, so it's interesting to see how these faster guys are getting on. It's been a good race, an eye-opener on tyres as well for the feature as well. See who uses who. Yeah,
I think obviously, like you say, it's I always say it's kind of like a test for some of the drivers to see how long tyres last, and obviously then going into the feature race, that can kind of they pick their strategies depending on obviously how well the tyres have done. I don't think Midnight will be using the softs for that long in the feature race after that. But obviously Charlie now knows that those mediums will last him well over a sprint race distance. So it was a good race, and let's go see how they get on in the feature race.